Morning, friends. Welcome to Share Market Winners. This is a live session. Um, Good morning, Cecilia. Hope you are able to hear me. Okay, thank you. I know this is not so interactive because this is the first time I'm doing the live session to check how to experience the YouTube performs. Okay, so the intent of this session is to share my knowledge. This, especially the small group of share market winners which we created. Session. Yeah, here, if you have any doubts or clarification, we are going to just check upon, and if you have any shares that you have already taken, we can just check how things are, and I will show you how to check the trends and what is the pattern of the share. And if you have any questions, you can type in the chat. I will be able to validate. Before doing all that, I'm not a SEBI registered consultant. As you can see my disclaimer in the um, slides that you are seeing in front of you, and this is only for the knowledge purposes, and if in case you wanted to make any investments, it's up to you, and you can consult with your financial advisor or a SEBI registered consultant to make any investments, because the trades are going to be risky, and um, especially it may tend to loss as well. So we are not taking any responsibility for your profits or loss, but I would suggest, if you are making a decision of investments, please understand the risk and make the investments. Okay, that's our disclaimer. We can, yeah, Mahesh, thanks Mahesh for joining. You're asking about Tata Motors. Yeah, we'll check Tata Motors. I'm going to bring in the trading view, which I primarily use to do the analysis of the charting, and hopefully you're able to see whether the trading view now. Okay, so Tata Motors, we can now see that the trend seems to be pretty much growing like anything. And in the trading view, I'm selecting the weekly chart and monthly chart, and the timeline perspective day chart in which we are currently seeing it. And if you can see, it is comfortably well above the margins, but you can see there is a resistance which is sitting on. So hopefully it will come down considering the current market situation. There is a high chances it will fall, but in a long run, definitely you can consider, um, because the this is the 200 moving average and 50 moving average. The line seems to be well above the charts are well above the um, moving average lines. So in my view, if you are a long-term investor, yes, you can hold it. But in case if you are trying to take a new position, it's risky. Probably you may have to wait until it touches to um, at least to 773. So that is the crucial support point. And if you look at a weekly, yeah, weekly level shows that it can even come down to 667. I don't think I will be able to hear any of your voices because that's how the YouTube seems to be. But next time we will do the Gmail or Zoom presentation, which will be more interactive, is what I felt. Yeah. So whether I answer your question, Mahesh, with respect to Tata Motors, in a long run, if you wanted to see, go to the monthly chart and check. Yeah, if you look at monthly chart, the pattern seems to be promising, but only thing is you'll have to draw a trend line to check whether it is going to sustain. So if you try to match all the candles at the resistance level, you'll be able to see there is a resistance sitting at this point close to 1019. So hopefully there are high chances it will be able to drop back at that point, or if it breaks above the 1006 level or 1011, I would say, if it breaks this level, there are high chances the share might go higher. But by seeing this increase, I feel it will be definitely there is a chance of a downtrend. Okay. Okay, we can check about Alstone, IRFC, NHPC, Suslan. Okay, we'll have a quick check on that. Alstone, Alstone Textiles, is that the one? Okay, so Alstone, if you can look at in 2023, it has a good increase, and the volume of, if you look at the candles or the way in which was hyped, it is it is kind of an always in the up upper circuit, and it went up to a point. After that, it keep on dropping. So by seeing this, this is not a high volume stock or highly traded stock, but there has been some operators who are pushing the stock for a higher levels. At this point, it keeps coming down, and I feel you will not be able to sell anything because it is always in the lower circuit, and it may have a chance to reverse when it touches close to 0.95, which is close to 1 rupee. Okay, that's the situation in the Alstone, and so you may have to hold it. If you have invested huge, you may have to wait and consolidate when it reaches to that level. So there could be a potential chances to reverse. Okay, and IRFC, 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 IRFC. I believe now the rally has come down. So so it actually hit the resistance level and it started falling. So I would expect it will fall further in a weekly chart. If you can look at it, just steep up. So hopefully I would expect at least it will come down to 100 rupees because the profit booking in this share is started now. So hopefully people tend to get a um, fear that it may not sustain because of so much rally happened. And once this profit booking happens, there will this particular share will get into a consolidation phase. It might tend to travel between these 100 plus to somewhere 96. That's when it gets stabilizes, and probably we can see along in a long run it may tend to go high because there are budget allocated for the railways. Okay, the support level, how do I check the support level for this one? If I take it back to the day trend, and if you draw another trend line from the bottom, joining all the candlesticks, not the hull suit indicator. So hopefully it is trending somewhere close to this range, 100. There could be a potential chances for the reversal. So how soon it is coming down will decide when it is going to reverse. So it is actually in this trend line, and if it breaks this level of somewhere 100, there is high potential this can go down, but you can hold it for a long term. Yes. Okay. NHPC. NHPC again. This is one another good stock. I still have this in my portfolio as well. I consider this as potential, and at present you all know that share market has reached the Nifty 50 has reached to a level, or a Sensex has reached a level. There is a profit booking going on, and before the election, we would expect there is a correction. Yes, of course, all the shares will come down, considering the number of um, investments is going to be taken off. That will pull all the shares down. But by seeing this 250 moving average and the other 100, which is for the year monthly, if you take it, if it the yellow, if the candlesticks are well above the yellow line, then it sounds it's positive and you can hold it. And this is a well dividend giving share. So if you can accumulate in a long run, you will get a good benefits. Any questions? Okay, Tata Power and Suzlon, definitely you can hold it. We can quickly check how the trend looks like. Okay, Suzlon in a day trend, if you can go and check for the pattern, yes, we have already marked out the profit booking or targets 26, 35, and 50. Definitely, this is the area where we expected there is a profit booking. Yes, it is at this level. If it breaks this level, we can at least, just going back to what are the levels that we can again see. Yep. So this is a key resistance level. If it breaks the point 49.15 and traded above this level, the next resistance is sitting um, at this point. So 62 level would be another resistance. Until that, by seeing the day chart, it is at the exact resistance level. It may break this level and probably comfortably reach to 62, but in a long run, I would see a potential level. It can reach up to 144, which is the level which I'm looking forward. But yeah, definitely there is a scope because of the renewable energies are picking up, and the company has a wider presence in the global market. Um, yes, it in the long run we can have a good potential returns from the Suzlon. Okay, I'll come to that question of how to check the potential stocks. Is it? What is the question? Sorry. Okay, how to select potential stocks? Okay, I can show how what is my approach, and probably that will help you to understand as well. Um, okay, I use various screeners. Okay, so one is the stock screener within the TradingView, but since I am having a professional membership, I have additional features, but you may able to do it with the existing TradingView or a screener.in. So there are various ways in which you can able to see, and depends upon what and how you wanted to select the stock. Okay, so first and foremost, um, I will use screener. If you can see my screen, you'll be able to see there is a screener within the TradingView where you will be able to see all the stocks which is trading in the share market. Okay, from there you'll be able to sort down. Um, based on your requirement. You can set a price range or a market capital or a P by E ratio. Accordingly, you will be able to select the stocks, and then you will have to do a fundamental and technical analysis. Hope you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Can someone comment, please? Okay, which is good. So um, this is a free subscription which you can also um, do the free subscription on the trading view. In here, you'll be able to select the stocks. Before that, you need to understand various factors before we consider. So you may have to know about the um, market capital, P by E ratio, growth, and all that. So with that help of, you will be able to select a particular stock. Okay. So what I would do normally is I will, if I want to do, take any penny stock, then I will go for a less than or below, or I will customize that level to a particular point and then find out a stock which will be very less market capital, but it will be trading at um, lesser prices. So I choose the 50 million INR, and those are the stocks which is in the less market capital but high risky to trade. And there are other filters which we can use also, whichever the P by E ratio, which is nothing but the growth of the what is the um, price to earning ratio, which is between 15 to 25 is normally um, good rated. So if you can choose that, you will be able to, which are trading at a right level. And this is not only the criteria, probably you may have to do further analysis. So if you see Galada Finance Limited, what I use another tool called as um, Trendline and Screener. Okay, these are the two. So once you select the stock, you need to analyze the stock. What is that stock all about? So for that, I use screener.in. Let's take Galada Finance, or what is the next stock in the this one? Okay, Galada Finance price is 14.17. So next thing is probably we may have to use screener. So Galada Finance. So once you select the stock, you'll be getting to know the details of the stock, the company overview. The company is a systematically important non-deposit. So likewise, the company gives some this particular screener.in will give the details about the company. So you may able to go through this. This will give you a fair idea about what business they are into, and then probably you can check the various details of what is the face value of that particular share. There is a cheat sheet which I have given. So that's the that is again useful for you in terms of whether um, those fundamentals are appropriate. So the fundamental cheat sheet will help you to gauge in terms of whether that stock is fit or a good investment stock. Ideally, in a penny stock, you may not able to find everything is good, but you will be able to validate against the cheat sheet what is the current ratio range, 1.222. So you'll be able to customize it by doing an edit setting and then add the relevant um, whatever ratios that is mentioned in the cheat sheet. Okay, so then you will be able to see the details in the front page where you will be able to see the current ratio. So the cheat sheet for the fundamental analysis shows a baseline so that you will be able to see whether all out of this 10, if you are matching 6 or 7 are good potential stocks which you can pick it. Hopefully that answers your question, Mahesh. But there is a um, it may not be applicable for all the penny stocks or low volume stocks, but definitely if you are investing for a long term, I would suggest go for the mid cap or a um, Nifty 50 stocks where you'll be able to see all the relevant details appropriate. Okay, that is one approach. And then um, there is one more tool which I use, so which is called as a trend line that also provides a view of um, various details. But normally, if you are going to do for a short term or a swing trading means you are going to hold it for a shorter period and then you are going to make a good returns in a shorter period of time. So for that, there are various methods. One is golden crossover, which is nothing but in a 50 moving average is being the 50 moving average trend line which crosses the 200 moving average which we talked about in the trading view. So if you set that indicator, you will be able to see it crosses this particular 50 moving average, and the 200 moving average has been crossed by the 50 moving average. So you'll be seeing that trend of growth, correct? That will help you to understand whether that stock is good, whether you can hold it. But for a swing trading, ideally, if you can find out whether um, it is in a golden crossover, if you can pick up that stock and as per the indicator, whether if it states that it is going to hit the resistance level, I normally tend to sell that stock if it is a swing one. Okay. Okay. Any other stocks? Anything that you guys wanted to check? And in the trading view, you have a lot of options. You can have the watch list created for yourselves, and you can regularly monitor. Um, but ideally, for a free membership, you have a limitation. You can create a two um, watch list and add about 50 stocks in that. Likewise, you can create it. And for checking the fundamentals, you can also use money control is one of the good um, one. We probably I will show you how to check the stock in money control as well, because we have taken one example for after stock selection, what all the details we need to do. Same thing I can even check here for the Galata. What is that stock name? We'll go back here. Okay, Galata Finance. I will take this one and find it out in trend line what it states. Okay, so according to the trend line, they have given a valuation score of 75 and 64, and it gives positive. in the SWOT analysis saying that there is a net cash inflow and seems to be a good stock considering the rating that they have given. And there is a balance sheet which you can see the quarterly results of that particular share and annual results. If you look at the share, the revenue of the share is keeps on growing, but there is inconsistency, and operating profit is also, you can see, uh, they were in a lesser profit considering this is kind of on a small cap or a micro cap. Okay, and to know more details about what is that stock all about, um, on the various reasons why we need to consider, if you can see there are um, to 70 at that level, it is good. And this is being primarily invested by the promoters and the publics. Publics are nothing but retail investors. So by seeing that, it is good, but we don't see anything from the FII, foreign investors or a mutual fund investors, which means um, the volume of uh, growth or the growth rate might be sluggish because considering this stock, this is being considered only in the internal. Okay, and there are other details about the stock which you can learn, um, the company history and what they do, all that will be provided here. Next thing what I will do is I'll go to that particular company's website to understand what they do as a business and what is their presence, um, and overall services what they are using, new vehicle loans, unused vehicle loans, other financing, and more details we can gather from their websites to understand whether this company will sustain and what type of business they are into, and see what are the clients they are engaging, which will give more confidence for you. Okay, so that will enable you to invest it for a shorter period or a longer period. I hope that answers you, Mahesh. Anybody wants to check any other stocks? Okay, okay, ratios, Mahesh, I have already done a video in YouTube, uh, how to check the fundamentals, which is already there in the my YouTube channel. I'll give the descriptions, probably that would help you to go through, because it is again a detailed session about what is each of these ratios, how do we wanted to select, and I hope you are part of my channel. You would always know that this cheat sheet is kind of a reference material for us in order to select the stock. Um, I normally, if I go for a long term, especially for a large cap or a mid cap, to that extent, I will refer this cheat sheet to understand if that stock is trading at a good price level by doing a fundamental and technical analysis, and then I will take a position. if it is going to be a shorter time, I always believe on the technical analysis by doing the chart patterns using a trading view. I will draw the resistance and support level and then see whether it is a right stock for a um, short term. Because if you can see, um, if you if you could have considered the GMR Infra around 45 level, now it is trading around 86. It has already doubled. So I will always go with the technical analysis if it is going to be a short term or a swing trading, and then if it meets the criteria of in the supply zone, and then it is always good. It has touched the demand zone now. Um, so sorry, this is demand and supply. If it reaches to that level, then I will wait for it whether it touches the 50 moving average. If it touches the 50 moving average, it is a safe exit. If the rally continues, we'll trail the stop loss to see if we can make good profit out of it. Okay. Okay. P by E ratio is nothing but the price to earning ratio. Um, price for a particular stock for a one particular share, how much earning it is making is what it means the price P by E ratio. If it is between the range of 15 to somewhere 30, and we also have to compare against the industry P by E ratio. If the industry P by E ratio is somewhere at 35, if it is slightly above that, will be always a good in case of a small or a micro cap. But if it is way beyond 100 or 200, then it is over bought zone. So it is always to good to avoid that stock. Okay, I can see Magesh is actively asking. Is anybody have any other questions? Hey Ravish, good afternoon. Okay, okay. Other thing which I wanted to share you all is the overall retail investors in the share market is about only 5 to 6 percentage comparing the overall population of India. Then it is slowly growing, and it has a high potential if you start investing now or over a period of time. It all the stocks whichever in a good fundamentals and the technical has potential to grow, because there is going to be a huge demand of those stocks being buy or acquired by many of the individuals, so that the demand will increase. If the demand increase, supply has to proportionally increase, so which will tend to move the stock prices high over a period of time. So I think in the next 5 or 10 years, um, this is going to be a good returns. So focus on investing in a long term. Okay, any other questions? Anybody have any questions? We have discussed some of the chats in our channel. I think I don't need to accept it is Ayush, it is a normal sorry, money. It is just the normal link. It's a WhatsApp group. I can accept it probably to join that group. Yes, yeah, I can do that. Okay. Any other questions anybody have? Okay, seems like we had initial challenges. However, we are able to um, go through some of these stocks, and there are quite a few stocks which I am discussing on our chat channel, especially a good set of informations are being shared, and hope people are very much actively participating in our chat channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to post in the WhatsApp group. And I I believe it will be helpful for you to understand some of those information I'm giving in our group. It's just for our knowledge purposes. And there is a gold bond is going to be announced on 12th of February, which is again a RBI gold bond, which you can stay invested, which will give a returns in a long term, and you'll be holding this without any hesitation. You can book it, and probably after 8 years, you'll have a returns of that on the current price of the market of the gold on demand. Okay, so Magesh, if you wanted to know like a support and resistance, uh, I will I will remove some of the indicators in a plain view. I can explain you. I'm removing all the. Okay. Do you have any specific stock that you wanted to check? Support and resistance. I don't know if there is a lag, but do you want me to consider any specific stock to check the support and resistance? If not, my favorite stock, I will go with Apollo Microsystems. Okay. Okay. So support and resistance is nothing but I will take in a day trend to draw the support and resistance. Okay. The if you join the uh, if you join the trend line, okay, I'm going to mark with the trend line so that you will be able to see. This will be the resistance line, because if you look at from this point, you can see the market or the particular share price has gone to this level and it fall, and this becomes one of the resistance. And what is the support? If you look at this particular point, that becomes a support. From this point, the share price of this particular um, stock has moved to this level, and it hit here and it came down. So this will form as a resistance. It is resisting from this point, so it is called as a resistance. And it is getting supported from this point. When it touches to this particular point, the share price tries to go up. So in that way, you can see this will become a support and this becomes a resistance. In a longer view, you can even put another support line or a resistance line. If you can look at from this point, you'll be able to see another support where, okay, better I will use another chart, um, horizontal ray. So if I can see there is a support line here, because from this point you can able to see it took a support couple of times and it has gone up. And the resistance, if you consider, this is again a resistance point, because at this point you have seen the price has fallen heavily. Okay, so that's how you can mark the support and resistance. This becomes a support and this becomes a resistance. Once the price gone up and it starts moving up, and the previous resistance level will become act as a support level. How to see what is the trend in which it is actually trading? It is in a consolidation phase. You can see over a period from January till February, it is within the range, which means it rallied and it starts to drop, and now it is in a consolidation phase. If if it if the Apollo Microsystem price drops below this support line, then there is a high chances it can drop until 106, because that's another crucial support. In case if it takes a support from this particular 116, high chances it will go up to 135. And if it breaks this level of 135 or 136, above this there is a high chances it can go up to 158. Okay, that is how we can able to see the support and resistance helpful for a short swing. But if you wanted to see for a longer run, as I previously mentioned, you can use the trend line charts, okay, which will help you to plot whether this stock is trading at a particular level is good, or is there any support from a longer run perspective, whether you will gain a support, that you can check it anyway. So when you see if it even comes down at this level, you can see a good support, because this acted as a resistance in the previous months. This will act as a strong support. So at this point, high chances it will tend to go up. If it breaks this level, definitely there is another support line which you can draw and see whether it can able to um, take a support at the next support level. But that support level is going to be a very difficult one, because it is in the bottom side. So okay, so another support level, if it drops below, this is another support which can help you to sustain. If it drops below that, definitely it's not going to come. It is going to be a big fall. Okay, this is how you can plot the support and resistance. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so if you are a swing trader, um, you we we have in our channel we have commented some of the latest ones, right? So okay, let's take DigiSpice. DigiSpice is an interesting stock. This is again supports various government related websites, like IRCTC also is being managed by the DigiSpice. That's coordinates. Again, I have given that in the chat group. GG Spice Technologies Limited. Okay, we will take this as an example to see when to book profits and when to whether it is good to trade for a swing. So I normally use some indicators that would help me to understand whether it is trading at the right levels. For you, if you wanted to use the similar trend, um, go to indicators and find for 50, 100, okay, moving average. This is a simple technique which I use, but now I have a lot of, because I have a professional membership, I have a lot of other um, interesting things which I have taken. Okay, so I'll just, for your knowledge, I will just show you what is the color for each of that. So if you take 50, 100, 200, 50 is the 100 and green is the 200. So usually um, moving average is nothing but average of a 50 days. What is the price of an average for the 50 days is called as a 50 moving average. So in a 50 trading day sessions, what is the price average? That's how it will be calculated. So if you take 50 candlesticks out of this and average that, then it tend to give you the 50 days average, which is actually denoted by this red color line. Okay, that is nothing but a 50 moving average. That's the calculation which they use it and they put it here. So you'll be able to know that 50 moving average. And similarly 100 moving average, which is in the blue color, and green is nothing but the 200 moving average. So simple thumb rule, whenever the 50 moving average crosses the 100 and 200 moving average, there is a potential that you can step into for that particular stock to take a swing. Okay, that is called as a golden crossover. If you take that stock at a particular, you will have a high tendency that stock can grow or that stock price can go up to a certain point. Now, the stock is already trading above the 100 moving average and 200 moving average. And if you can see, the crossover happens here, and at that particular point, because the candlestick starts forming above the 50 moving average, is another sign which there is a high tendency it can go up. You can always compare that in a various time frames to understand whether it is still good to hold. So you are able to see that the trend of 50 is slightly coming up, whereas the 200 is above. Once it starts crossing this level, you will have a high tendency this stock can go higher and above. So what you have to do once you find that this crossover happens, you will have to mark the support and resistance level. We discussed that a while back. So in a day trend, you can able to mark the support line. Just simple. You need to see wherever the support or wherever the stock price has gone up for a particular point. This has become a one support point, and then um, in this point it keeps coming to this level and start picking up. So that becomes a support line. And if you can see um, at this level, it keeps dropping. So in this particular point, it becomes a resistance and this becomes a support for you. I'll mark that in a different color. So this becomes a support and this becomes a resistance. If you can see, if it breaks this level and sustains above this level, there is a high chances it can go up to this point, because this is already uh, yeah, previous resistance. So this will act as a resistance for the next swing. If it crosses that level, this will act as a support. This will act as a support next time, and this will cross. So your question is how long I hold. If I taken a position at this point, and if you see the candlesticks are well above the 50 moving average, you can hold that stock for a period of time until the mark the levels. Let's say you have marked this is a resistance level. Until that point you can hold it, or you can go back to the years and find out what is the old support and resistance or old resistance level, because at this point you can see there is a drop, so it will act as a resistance because people are sitting there waiting for the stock to come to that point to sell. So once it reaches to this level, there is a high chances there will be a selling. Okay, you can wait until that point and you can check. I use different indicators to indicate whether the demand and supply zones are there. Okay, and to also plot some of the smoothened HA, which will also give me a confidence in terms of whether my holding is correct. So as long as the candlesticks are well above the smoothened HA, I will hold that stock for a short swing, monthly scale or a weekly scale, to see how it is going to be. So in a monthly scale or a weekly scale, I can see the stock can still have potential. It can go up to this level, and the next one is at this level, resistance. So as long as it is only started the um, candles above the hall suit, and it has still a way long to go, so we can hold it for a longer term. Hope that answers you, Pradeep. Yeah, if it is a short swing, yes, you can consider when it reaches to a set marked resistance level, don't hesitate, you can close it. If you wanted to hold it for a long term, you can hold it until it comes to the point where um, it reaches safe levels, you can hold it. Some of the stocks which I can show you, which is for, let's say, Hall, this on aeronautics, you can see always this it started from December and it keeps on going on. Okay, and it is temporary resistance points because you don't have any reference before, and it can tend to come down. As long as it is not crossing it, it is high chances the stock will still grow. Okay, MRF, one of the highly rated stock. You can see how is the trend looks like. As long as it is keep on growing, I don't see any possibility of coming down in the future. It's still growing and stay. Hope it answers your question, Pradeep. Okay, um, hope this session is useful for you all, and um, feel free to join our share market winners. I will post the um, our group description here, or the invite link here. You can always use that to join, and hope you all already there in the group enjoy the updates. Thanks for joining. Cheers. Bye.